We're talking about the new Cassian Andor live-action series that was just announced. StarWars.com breaking this news on Friday, and this came out of nowhere. Nobody thought this was going to happen, but it follows suit with something that we're seeing Disney do with the MCU. We will get to that in a second, but I do want to read what we have here from StarWars.com. Disney Chairman and CEO Bob Iger announces Friday that Lucasfilm is in development on a second Star Wars live-action series for Disney+, the new streaming service. We've known that name for a while, but here we just have Bob Iger on this call confirming the name of it, or I guess we should say in this statement. Originally, this announcement came from a business call. But the series will go into production next year, so 2019, follows the adventures of Rebel spy Cassian Andor in his formative years of the Rebellion and prior events to Rogue One. Diego Luna will be back to reprise the role of Andor, which makes total sense. Why would you fill him in? I don't think he has a busy schedule on IMBD, so I'm glad he's back in the helm. And we have a quote from Diego given to us. Going back to the Star Wars universe is very special for me. I have so many memories of the great work we did together and the relationships I made throughout that journey. We have a fantastic adventure ahead of us, and this is new, and it's in a new, exciting format, and it'll give us a chance to explore this character more deeply. Initial reaction, guys, because we were just blown away that we got The Mandalorian confirmed, and we were thinking, oh my goodness, this is a series. We're going to have multiple seasons, 10 episodes. Each episode might be an hour long. That's so much Star Wars content. And then out of nowhere, we get the second series announced. Jesse, let's start with you. Real quick, initial reaction to the news.
I'm excited for it because the biggest complaint that anybody's ever said about Rogue One is, we didn't get to know the characters well enough. So I think Cassian's a great point to kind of jump forward. Might be interesting to see some cameos, too, from maybe existing characters,
I think you're absolutely right. And they also go on to describe this. It's a rousing spy thriller to explore tales filled of espionage and daring missions to restore hope to a galaxy in the grip of the ruthless empire. A release date for the series has not been set. Of course, we expect more information to come out as this develops. David, how do you react to this series? Because Cassian was one of those characters that I think that, while Jesse mentioned, a lot of people didn't feel attached to, Cassian was one of those guys where it's like, I want to learn more about.
I want to see more of a K2SO, his robot. I want more robot.
Okay, all right.
Got it out. I think this is going to be really cool because when you first meet Cassian in the Rogue One movie, he kind of kills a guy in order for him to escape.
Right in the back.
So how do you become that person in the name of fighting for hope and freedom? Killing your ally to make an escape. How do you get there?
There was a guy on Twitter that made the joke, if he wants every episode to start with Cassian killing someone in the back. Just some random guy, like that being the ploy. Or maybe that's how the episodes could end, but I think that could be really funny. When we think about the fact that we're going to get and there's not a whole lot of details. Like, we don't know if this is going to be like multiple seasons, maybe it's a limited series. I'm kind of envisioning this being like what the MCU is getting with the Falcon and Winter Soldier limited series that they recently announced. You're also getting a Loki series with the MCU for Disney+. And so I'm thinking, this is an assumption. I think this is going to follow that same light. There could be maybe even another series down the road we get for Star Wars. But David, when you think about what this could look like, they describe espionage and spy. Do you think this could have a similar look to Rogue One on the streaming service?
From a production value, absolutely, because we've seen left and right Disney just investing in the caliber of writers, caliber of directors, caliber of producers that they're bringing onto these Disney Plus shows. In terms of the feel of it, I don't think we're going to get John Williams to give us a score, and I know that's something that we've talked a lot about on the show. Is a lot of the culture of Star Wars comes from that music. So I think we're going to get a great Star Wars show. I worry about the music. I'm looking forward to it, hands down.
The look of it, spy thriller. It's going to be dark. That's my assumption. What do you think, Jesse?
Dark and gritty, 100%.
That's going to be fun.
It's
going to be really fun. And we're going to talk about it in a little bit, but we know that the quality of the series will be high. ILM announcing a TV division. We'll break that down in about 10 to 15 minutes. We honestly might just talk about it next. What was that one point you wanted to make, David?
Nothing.
Oh, I thought you keep waving your hand. I thought that was a signal that you wanted to say something.
I'm just really excited for the show.
You're so giddy.
I am.
I'm happy for you. Okay.
It's been a while since I've been this excited for something Star Wars related.
Person you want Cassian Andor to run into the most?
Director Krennic.
Okay. Jesse, who do you want to see? Well, wait. That's totally... Is that possible?
Probably not run into, but there could be like side stories where things happen over here. And
I was going to say, is Krennic really an Imperial baddie that has like the notoriety of like a Vader or a Tarkin?
I don't know if that would actually work thinking about it, because Krennic's in charge of one of the most top secret, construction projects of the Empire. So I don't know if they would run in, but
he
maybe
has other responsibilities besides the Death Star.
Wiping out Geonosis, maybe.
I don't see Cassian going to Geonosis. But I'm going to still give you an A, though, because you mentioned K2SO earlier, and that'd be really fun.
Yeah, K2 would be a good...
There are some things that we've explored with Cassian in the comics that I hope they retread with this series. I think about when we got the Rogue One novelization, the biggest bomb in that book was the fact that Cassian comes from a family of separatists. Let's somehow explore that a little bit on screen. That could be really fun. Diego Luna going in as Cassian Andor, having an aside of what it was like for his family growing up on the separatist side of things, and why he feels like that's pushed him towards a rebellion. That could be really interesting. Jesse, who's the person that you want to see Cassian run into the most?
Saul Guerrero.
Gold. Now, do you think that we still get our Oscar award-winning actor to play Saw in this TV series?
I would think so. I think he was perfect for the role. So, I mean, we get kind of a teased with a kind of almost like a couple years younger version. Well, I mean, obviously a younger version of him when, Jin's a little girl. He, rescues her kind of thing.
And I think we have a really good chance with Forrest Whitaker coming back because he's lent his voice to Rebels. Mm-hmm. So he's come back to play in the Star Wars galaxy, so I don't think you'd have to twist him hard. And it seems like production on this, it's going to be full-scale movie quality.
Yeah,
so
I just think it'd be a great... Again, it kind of depends on the timeline, but...
See, I almost wonder if it depends on the format of the show. Are we going to get like an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., or we get 22 episodes and they break that down to 3 little pods? Mm-hmm. Are we going to get like the Marvel Netflix shows where they're going to be 10, 13 episodes long, where even there's some criticism that that's too long of a season to get a storyline where they stretch it out? I think if they kind of go in with like an 8 or 10 episode thing and they hit a storyline hard and that's the story for what that season is, I think you could bring back more high-profile people like Forrest Whitaker. But if they're going to drag something out to 22 episodes, like a lot of the Arrowverses, I don't think you're going to be able to have the story quality that's going to draw that high-caliber talent.
I dig it. What do you think? We want to know what you think about the new Cassian Andor series. Make sure you let us know down in the comments below.